Today, we're making bowls out of fabric scraps.
Some assembly required.
Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to try to make something simple. I always think that we're doing that, and it sometimes doesn't work out that way, but these seem very simple and straightforward. Maybe. But all you need are some fabric scraps. So I have a couple from a t-shirt that I cut up for t-shirt yarn. Those are the sleeves. And then I also have some squares from extra material from mask making. This actually ended up being really itchy. They're all itchy. So it can be sacrificed. Basically what we did was we cut these into squarish, rectangle-ish kind of shapes. I'm not sure that it matters. And then we are going to use paintbrushes and Mod Podge. And we have some balloons from a recent birthday event. And then little cups. So we'll basically put the cups here, put the balloons into the cups, and then we'll build our bowls on the top. So I just have regular glossy Mod Podge. And then we'll see what kind of material works the best. And we'll see how many layers. I think if you have sort of a thin material, you do more layers. If you have a thicker material, you don't need as many layers. So, we're probably going to just make it until it seems made and then let it dry.
So I guess let's just get started.
Okay, so I think that we have everything we need. So this is a nice sort of recycling, upcycling kind of a project to use up any scrappy things that you have left over. So,
unless you don't have leftover balloons.
Well, yeah, I was thinking that if you are not a balloon fan or you just don't have any balloons, you could probably cover a bowl with like saran wrap, also a plastic, or parchment paper. You could probably tape it around, and then I bet this would work as well. We happen to have these balloons, so we might as well use them one more time. So what we do first is get some Mod Podge and then goop it over the top of the balloon. Not a super thick layer because you don't want it to never ever dry ever. Seems like it's going to be a one-handed operation because one hand will be holding. If you have it balanced right, you can let go. But while you're brushing, it's probably best.
Do you think that's enough, or should I add more?
I feel like it's probably better to go further down than you think rather than
not
have enough.
This is kind of fun. And
I'm so glad.
Soothing.
It is kind of a relaxing, well, so far. So next you take a piece of fabric, and if there's a good side or a bad side, put the good side down. Mine has a side that's supposed to be the good side, but pick the side that you like the best.
So put the good side down?
Put the good side down, because that's going to be the inside of your bowl. So I'm just going to put mine
right on top.
Kind of right on top. Kind of squash it down.
Oh, now it's stuck.
That's the idea.
And then do we put it like a coat on top?
Yeah. I would say maybe try not to have tons of wrinkles. Like if there's folds, you might not want that. You might. It might be what you're looking for. It seems from what I'm noticing here that if you don't want wrinkles, make smaller squares. Because my square is a tiny bit smaller, it's a little bit less wrinkly.
No paint on top?
Yeah, so get a little bit, you have tons on your brush already. Get a little bit more. I'm going to focus a little bit on the edges to kind of squash it down. Okay, now I'm holding the bottom. And I'm going to cover the rest with Mod Podge. So I would say thick, but not
too thick.
Not super drenched. That seems like a layer.
I've done like one side, and I'm going to stick another part on that side.
Oh, that's a good idea. Now, when we are finished and we, pop the balloon and peel everything off, we can cut the edges. So like we can trim it around.
I like mine with like weird pointy edges.
Yeah. So just keep that in mind.
This is surprisingly very fun.
I'm glad.
I don't know why. When I paint the edges, like instead of going like this, when I'm doing the bottom, I go like all the way.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing too. Yeah, you sort of like paint down, smooth them and paint them at the same time.
Now, all we have to do is let these things dry and then pop the balloon.
Yeah, we'll check on them in the morning, see if, I would imagine that they're dry by then, but you know, who knows. But yeah, then we'll pop them with the balloon, see if anything needs to be trimmed, and then we'll have some bowls.
Hopefully. So, it's the next day, and they seem pretty dry. So all we have to do now is pop them.
Excellent. Been wanting to do that for a while now. Should we do them one at a time?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Okay, now let me do mine.
The only problem, I'll be peeling it off. That's what mine looks like so far. Kind of looks like
A strange
a
white.
sad egg. Get the yolk out. Yeah, okay. So I don't know why it's not peeling off as easily as I thought it would.
Because sometimes you're not right.
All right, so we're gonna just fight with this and then we'll be right back.
Yeah.
So remember all that lovely positive stuff I said about this project? Disregard all of that. I think it could be because we used old balloons. I'll blame it on that a little bit, but yeah, it's not easy and straightforward if you do it like this, as it turns out. It was fun to do, still.
Yeah, it
But
was
this
fun
part is not quite as fun. Okay, so these did not turn out quite exactly the way that we thought they would. Yeah,
Stuck
there's
in
definitely
balloons.
still balloons still stuck on the inside, but they're still interesting. Like if you look at this and you don't know that there's yellow on the inside, it's still kind of cool. I want to see if the whole technique is the problem or what. I want to see if it's possible. So I'm going to try 2 more experiments, and by I do mean we. We're going to use the glittery Mod Podge for one choice, and we will use the Mod Podge fabric stiffener, which is called Mod Podge Stiffy.
I might use that.
So yeah, we'll see which one goes with which. So I have some lace, and I have some yarn, and I got some bowls, and I covered them with parchment paper. And then we're gonna do a layer, maybe 2 layers, easy breezy, put them somewhere to dry, and see if they will work. So let's try that, and we'll put it somewhere to dry and see what happens. So Lily's gonna use the Mod Podge with the yarn. I'm gonna use the stiffener with the lace. Maybe we'll do 3 layers just sort of on top of each other, and we'll just see what it's like. So this fabric stiffener stuff is only supposed to take like 45 minutes to dry. Like we'll give it an hour or something like that. So that's plenty of time. We'll just let it rest and sit and see what happens. And then we'll be back to show you our fabulous results.
Yeah.
Our less than fabulous results. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Okay. So this one that was the Mod Podge is
Not dry.
not dry. No, it is not. These ones are dry. Was it 45 minutes? No, it was not. It was like 4 hours, and hair dryer. So let's try to peel these off. You may certainly try to peel that one. I have to do this on fast because the crinkle is going to be annoying. This one's maybe not 100% a great idea. Okay.
It's a pothole.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
We'll see if that does anything. I don't think that it will. Okay, so that's maybe a fail. But this worked.
Mm-hmm. Can I feel it?
Yeah, it could probably be stiffer. If we wanted it to be stiffer, we could do another coat. It's not a fruit bowl.
Not like an actual.
No, that would flatten it straight out.
More like a.
Maybe
light thing.
some jewelry or some hair elastics. Maybe your chapstick next to your bed. I don't know. If you wanted it to be thicker, you could totally, at this point, lay on a bunch of coats of Mod Podge, put it on parchment paper so it doesn't stick everywhere.
And then you could do another coat of like fabric stiffener.
Yeah, coat by coat by coat, build up the stiff, and then it would be nice and hard. I mean, it's not bad for one quick coat. So this is the way that I would go. Mm-hmm. It came off the parchment paper, no problem.
Easily.
Or, if you're gonna try it with a nice new balloon and see if that works. That could be something else that we try. We'll post it on social media. We will also post this one on social media. You can follow on Instagram at Assembly Required Crafts.
And see if it works.
Yeah.
Once it's dry.
See if it works. It might be a few days. That's fine. We're patient.
Mm-hmm.
No. So thanks for watching this very long video. I hope that it was informative and you learned from all of our mistakes. Definitely, if I were going to do it again, I would use the parchment paper and
a lot of
Mod Podge.
Mod Podge or fabric stiffener.
Yeah. At least you know what not to do. At least you know what we shouldn't have done. So thank you for watching. We will see you in a couple of days. Our next video, I think, if it turns out, is going to be some cool baskets from Maker Crate. So stay tuned. New videos are Tuesdays and Saturdays, so that video should come out on Saturday.
Yeah.
If all goes according to plan, which it has not been doing lately. We will see you then, and have a great week. Bye!